How did people play this thing? Hello and welcome to YesAuto. I'm Cam Tate, and this week I'd like to talk about the upcoming Mercedes-Benz S-Class because a select few were given the chance to try out the car's new interior, and it's got me wondering how the luxury limo kind of fits into today's motoring world. Appearing in a weird pod-shaped blob, the new S-Class interior will be the first car to debut the company's second-generation MBUX infotainment system. But this isn't just some fancy software with a glossy new look. Oh no. The next S-Class comes with augmented reality in the heads-up display, an improved voice-over assistant that can accept more than one command at once, and a gigantic screen in the dash that looks like a sleeker version of the panel you'll find in the Tesla Model S. Mercedes is going big with the new S-Class. After all, the S-Class is one of, if not the most technologically advanced car series of all time. However, in recent years more competitors have emerged and there are a lot more waiting in the wings. The question is though, has the company done enough with the 2021 car to put itself back on top of the pile? If you were to look at a list of all the technical innovations introduced on production cars, then you'll notice that the Mercedes-Benz and particularly the S-Class crop up more than once. The S-Class name has only been used since 1972, but the car's roots can be traced all the way back to the Mercedes-Benz W186 from the early 1950s. While the W186 was not what you'd call a game changer, it laid the foundation for the Ponton series in 1953, which featured a state-of-the-art monocoque design and was the first car to feature safety elements akin to a crumple zone, albeit in a very primitive form. The Ponton's successor, the W111, was the first car to feature crumple zones as we know them today, while 1978's W116 was the first production car to come with four-wheel anti-lock brakes. A year later, the W126 would see the production car debut of seatbelt pretensioners, which pulls the buckle downwards in the event of an accident. And in 1981, the SRS airbag, a secondary safety measure deployed only in severe incidents, was offered as an optional extra. But the innovations don't stop there. The W140, which debuted in 1991, was one of the first cars to feature a voice assistant courtesy of Mercedes' innovative, if a little useless, linguatronic voice control system. It also featured ESP, or Electric Stability Program, a system Mercedes co-developed with Bosch to limit lateral wheel slip. The W220 generation S65 AMG was the most powerful 5-seater saloon ever made at 604 brake horsepower and 950 Nm of torque thanks to a 6-litre twin-turbocharged V12 engine. Those are still ridiculous figures today, with only million-pound hypercars and electric cars matching the saloon on torque. That barely scratches the surface of what the S-Class has done for the motoring industry, and that's why it's the best car in the world. And those aren't my words, those are the words of Mercedes-Benz, and that's what they strive for every time they make a new luxury limo. So with the bar set so high by the previous generations, what's the 2021 car going to bring to the table? Let's talk tech. It looks as though the company's main focus on the S-Class is sprucing up the cabin kit, especially as the likes of Tesla have been ditching conventional interior designs in favour of a more minimalist approach with an emphasis on touch controls. While the current S-Class isn't exactly littered with buttons, the new model looks far more futuristic. Gone is the dual-screen display that serves as both the instrument cluster and infotainment system in favour of separate OLED screens, one behind the steering wheel and the other dominating the dashboard and centre console. There's also a touchscreen in the centre armrest in the rear seats, and you can also spec 2 more screens mounted in the headrests for the front seats. As I mentioned earlier, it'll be powered by the car maker's second generation MBUX software, which not only comes with a bunch of new features, but it'll look considerably snazzier than the current system. Mercedes will introduce a new visual effect on the menus that allows you to see graphics in 3D without needing 3D glasses, a bit like the Nintendo 3DS. Hopefully it won't cause unbearable eye strain like the Nintendo did though. But the upgrades aren't limited to glitzy touchscreens and smart voice assistants. Mercedes is upping the level of security on the S-Class by introducing a new authentication system that incorporates fingerprint, face and voice recognition. This not only lets you access individual settings, such as the position of your seat, but it also lets you authenticate online payments while behind the wheel. Not really sure what payments you'd need to make while driving, but I think this could be the first for a production car. And if I'm wrong, let me know down in the comments. Of course, we know the S-Class is all about fancy safety kit, and the new model will be no exception. The luxury limo will have a blind spot warning system for when you step out of the car, and it will even activate the Vitality program if it hears the driver say, "I'm tired." The program activates the massage seats, which admittedly would probably make me more tired, and changes the ambient lighting to wake you up a bit. So the S-Class is shaping up to be quite the luxury car, and in terms of interior tech at least, it could be one of the most advanced production cars ever made. So it seems like a little bit of a shame then that the car's going to launch with combustion engines, albeit ones that are electrified. Now seems like the perfect time for the S-Class to go electric, and sticking with good old combustion power kind of makes it feel as though Mercedes is taking a step backwards. The good news is though, we might not have to wait too long for an S-Class EV. This is the Vision EQS, a concept car that made its debut at the 2019 Frankfurt Motor Show, and according to Mercedes, it'll be the most advanced car on sale when the production model hits showrooms next year. The EQS is essentially an all-electric version of the S-Class, though it'll be built on the company's new MEA production platform. The car comes equipped with a 100 kWh battery system that's connected to a pair of electric motors, one on each axle, which combined produce 470 brake horsepower and 759 Nm of torque. While it won't come close to the Tesla Model S on performance, the car's WLTP rated range of 435 miles is considerably more than the 379-mile range of the most frugal version of the Model S. We also know it'll get a fair amount of semi-autonomous features, such as automatic steer, acceleration and braking while on motorways. If it's able to offer superior autonomous kit and match the Model S on price, then the EQS could reinstate the S-Class, or at least a derivative of the Luxo limo, as the most advanced car ever to go on sale. Mercedes has all bases covered with the new S-Class. The company knows it probably won't be able to match S-Class sales with the EQS alone, so why not offer both to guarantee a sales success while also preparing your customers for future electric products? Make no mistake, the S-Class and EQS are going to be big cars for Mercedes, and the latter could help put a non-VW owned European manufacturer on the electric map. But here's what I want to know. If money were no object, which would you go for? The standard S-Class, which, bear in mind, will probably get an AMG variant at some point, or the new EQS? Or are you fed up of established manufacturers and would rather go for something like a Tesla Model S instead? Let me know in the comments down below, and as usual, I'll come and join you. I'll be back next week, but in the meantime, you can head over to YesAuto.com for all the latest car news and reviews. I'm Cam Tate. I'll see you next week.